Hi, Jewish mom. So I hope all of you had a great Shavuot. And I wanted to tell you today about my Shavuot. So I wrote before the Chag. I wrote this very inspirational article about how on Shavuot, how how my husband's a teacher and all my big kids are out. So basically, I have to spend all of Shavuot home with my little kids. And I don't get to go out to any classes, and so I'm kind of playground duty until the afternoon of Shavuot, and how I was fine with that, and how it was going to be okay, and how I knew that I was doing Hashem's will, and it was totally fine. And I've been doing this for so many years, and now, like, over the last few years, I've really been okay with it. So what happened this year was actually before Shavuot, I was actually feeling really embittered about my fate. I guess I really, when I wrote the article, I really meant it. But by the day before Shavuot, I really didn't mean it. And I was feeling really down about the fact that, like, I always have to spend. My husband teaches in a place which is too far to walk. It's pretty much too far for me to walk, and it's definitely too far for me to walk with little kids. So it means that, like, just for like the past many years, almost maybe 20 years, I've spent Shavuot night on my own, and always like the baby of the women or little children of that time. So I spend Shavuot with them and eat dinner with them and put them to bed early and go to the playground in the morning. And uh, so so this year, like before Shavuot, I was feeling some years. So basically, I went through a time when I used to feel embittered about it, really upset about it, and then for a few years, I didn't feel upset about it. I felt okay with it. For some reason, this year, I think maybe because my kids were home before Shavuot, and I had a whole day with them already before, and I was just like, enough. Like, I really don't want to be doing this. So right before Shavuot came in, and right before my husband left with a bunch of kids, I went on a walk, feeling really upset, and this is what I did. And it's a very simple and very powerful tool that I learned from Dina Friedman. This year I'm taking her amazing 20-week power series that I really recommend to you. It's about achieving your desires in life. So she was talking I think last week, about like what to do when you're feeling ambivalent about something that you have to do. And as mothers, just as human beings, there's many things that we have to do that we feel ambivalent about. You have to clean up, you have to cook, you have to take care of the kids, you have to, I have to run this errand, run that errand, all the different things you have to do. So what she just presents this very simple tool, and what she does is she says before you do anything, before you set out to do anything, sit down and write down 10 things, 10 reasons why you are thrilled that this is the thing that you have to do. Okay, so that's what I did. I went on this walk and I tried to think of 10 reasons why I was thrilled that I had to spend Shavuot on my own while all my older kids were out, learning at their prospective high schools, or my national service girl and her, where she's doing national service. And then my kind of medium-aged kids all go away with my husband to where he teaches, Tanishmat. And so why I was thrilled that I am stuck until, that I'm going to be spending Shavuot's night and until Shavuot's afternoon on my own with my three younger children, ages 6, 4, and 2. Okay, so this was a list. This is just to give you an example of how to do this. It's very simple and very powerful. So why was I thrilled that I was? So what were the 10 reasons that I was thrilled that I would have to spend that I would be spending Shavuot night on my own and morning on my own? One, no cleanup. I don't have to make like a big, people whose families are home for Shavuot, they have to make a big meal and they have to, get it set up, and they have to also clean up afterwards. For me, it's just, if I'm home with my little kids, it's almost no cleanup. And then also my little kids will go to sleep early, number 2, so I can spend the night reading a new book that I bought. I bought a new book called Incredible, about the life of the CEO of Arachim, Yossi Wallace. It is one of the most remarkable books I've ever read. It's the fact, if you buy it, If you get it, it's like the fastest 400 pages you will ever read. He has had a remarkable life. I hope to be talking about it more. Incredible book. Okay, number 3, I printed up Rabbi Yemima Mizrahi's pages and Shavuot, so I would be having time when my kids would be asleep by 9:30, so I'd have time, a few hours to read Rabbi Yemima with no one interrupting me. And number 4, Army Magazine. 5, Mishpacha Magazine, all the great things I'm looking forward to reading. I made sure to stock up on reading material before Shavuot, since I knew I'd be on my own. 6, that I would have time to think deeply about my life. I had to kind of contemplate. Rabbi Niven says in Shavuot, that's a good time to think deeply about our goals for our lives and for the Omer period. So I knew everyone would be sleeping, and I'd be all on my own. I would have some time to kind of do some deep thinking about my life. 7, go to the playground. I enjoy playgrounds. I meet nice people at playgrounds, and I would be spending a lot of time in playgrounds on Shavuot evening and morning. And also zchuyot, the merits that I'm getting from all my husband's teaching. My husband was teaching the whole night, and he taught again on Shavuot afternoon. That's a lot of zchuyot for me. I'm the one who enables him to do that teaching. 9, nachas, that I have children who love learning Torah. You know, my big girls, my high school girls, they decided, it was optional, they decided to go and spend the holiday at their high school so they could spend the whole night learning Torah. And I'm really so happy to have children like that who really want to learn Torah. And number 10, that I'm doing what Hashem wants from me. This is what I should be doing. I should be taking care of my children to enable my kids to be learning Torah, to enable my husband to be teaching Torah. So by doing this, and doing it with simcha, and doing it with a smile on my face without resentment, then I was doing what Hashem wanted from me. And I came home and I felt completely different about it. I really felt like in all of Shavuot, I really felt, okay, like this isn't, if I did feel myself starting to slide down again to bitterness, I reminded myself, no, remember, Rabbi Yemima, Army Magazine, Mishpacha Magazine, this new book, go to the playground, nachat for my children, for my kids learning, zchuyot for my husband's teaching, and it really, really helped. It really helped. And on Shavuot's night, something quite incredible happened. I took my kids to the playground, as I told you, and the playground was crowded. The playground that I went to, it's right next to a synagogue, so there were a lot of husbands in the synagogue, and basically wives with young children. So there were at least 100 people there at the playground, and I was sitting down on the bench reading Rabbi Yemima, and an older woman, obviously a grandmother with her grandchildren, comes over and sits next to me. And she says, "Oh, you're reading Rabbi Yemima, wonderful, da-da." And I said, "Oh, are you visiting?" Yes, she's visiting her daughter who lives here with her family. "Oh, where do you live?" And then she told me the name of the small town where she lives, and it turns out that this woman lives in the small town where my daughter, that's my oldest daughter, is doing her 2nd year of national service. And not only that, this woman is a teacher at the same high school where my daughter, Hadass, will be doing her national service next year, in this small high school that no one's ever heard of, in a small town that many people haven't heard of. And so it's like, what are the chances of that? That out of all the people in the neighborhood, in all of Jerusalem, who could have sat next to me on the park bench, it happens to be a woman who could kind of give me some insight into the place where my daughter is going to be now doing national service next year, and providing a nice contact for my daughter. And I felt like it was kind of like a nice little bit of hashgacha pratit, a nice little bit of a divine providence, Hashem saying, "Way to go, Hannah Jenny. I know you were in a bad mood and you got out of it, and here's a little present for you." So in conclusion, next time you feel ambivalent about something that you have to do, you have to cook dinner, you have to change a diaper, you have to run an errand, you have to go to work, you have to do anything that you don't want to do, a very, very simple way, very simple and powerful way to overcome ambivalence, just come up with 10 reasons why you are actually thrilled that you have to do this. Dina Friedman's example was whenever she has to go to the dentist, and she hates going to the dentist, and how she comes up with 10 reasons why she is really thrilled that she actually has to go to the dentist. That, you know, thank God that there's good medical care. Thank God that she has a good dentist, etc., etc. Okay. On that note, I want to bless you, Jewish moms, with an amazing week called